Hello, Transformers and Blokees fans. This is Speedbar, and today for you guys, I have for you Blokees renamed Classic Class Now Champion Class Series, TF1's own BADASSATRON himself, B-127's model kit review. And yes, my friends, this is Blokees' final main cast member of the TF1 line, and he is worth the wait, I say, in a sense, because we get so much fun with him, because of course it's BADASSATRON himself. But in all seriousness, friends, this is a really cool version to B-127. I love the fact that they did give us the whole gold treatment here that you see to give it that whole movie accuracy. The detailing on the plastic is nice. The color separation is always as epic as ever. And just all the small details are just as awesome as always. And yes, I definitely like this kit. And if you are wondering, like any issues with him, no. This one really hasn't given me any issues. Nothing with side skirts, armor wise, all that. It's pretty good with this one. They really definitely worked out any issues that we had with some of the earlier releases. And the fact that he comes with so much fun playability is what was worth the wait, my friends. And speaking of such playability, let's test out his articulation with his arms. As you can see, full 360 with not even a problem. Ball jointed shoulder, of course. A simple 360 setup for the arm. And of course, the bend can go pretty far actually with B here, as you can see. And his wrist has his own separate articulation point, so you can do some really fun poses there. And of course, just like all the others, ball jointed wrist, though in this case it's reversed actually. Usually it's the hands that have the ball joints, but in this case it's the actual wrist itself. So you can actually pose the hand like this. So you can get someone to attack him if you want, or if you just need some really cool posing with his arm daggers, as you can see here. As for other, of course, articulation points, his waist can go about that far without bumping into armor and such. His head, well, ball joint, so it's completely free. Though, do note with his release, there was something unique with his, because B here actually came with a new peg for the neck joint, which I will show you right here with his one of his accessories, aka his his regular face. But as you can see here, I attached the extra setup here for the neck section. But the interesting part, as you can see, it's actually longer than the standard ones we usually get. So they wanted to make sure he had enough neck room with this release. And of course, and other such articulating points like you see here with the legs, he can move completely this far on his own. Up, back, full bend with no problem. And you can even push his foot all the way that far if you want. So he definitely has a lot of articulation points here, my friends. And it is so cool to play with, of course, because as you see right here, with one of his other accessories is the arm daggers, of course, so you can play so many fun tack poses with that. There's that. Plus, as I already shown you with his additional headpiece, so you have his mask face and his regular face, you also, of course, get standard hands, which, of course, he already uses right now, and you get open hands right here with the arm covers, too. Just like they did with Starscream's release, which was interesting. And lastly, you will get his arm cannon itself. So, of course, all you do is just unplug one of the hands and attach it there with no problem. And that's it for the main accessories. Now, one other accessory you will get, which is interesting, because as we saw with the Starscream release, it's now a new thing they're adding with their champion class units, is these mini alt mode vehicles like we've seen with some of their other Blokees lines. But in this case, we got a mini alt mode Alita 1. Yes, we got Alita's mini bike mode, and it is really nice and very mobile. I mean, these wheels move perfectly. I can do that all day if I wanted to. But it's really cool. I like it. The detailing is nice, color separation, and of course, really quick. it will of course look great to have with your blocky Alita 1. Like this. So now you can literally display your bots in both bot and vehicle mode at the same time if you wanted. And lastly, of course, before I forget to mention, you can, just like all the others, have their LED features. So real quick, as you can see, he actually glows a lot. I mean, his visor out, it looks great. Even his chest section glows. That's pretty cool. And of course, if you swap the heads, the eyes would glow as well. So it's a pretty good LED setup with him. It's really nice. I like that. And just as I've mentioned with the other TF1 units, before I forget, if you were wondering, sorry, I forgot to mention this. Yes, this is, of course, the same movie-style stands that Blokees has used with their Rise of the Beast, and, of course, their TF1 line, so if you were wondering. And it's, of course, great to see these energy effect pieces. It's always fun. But back to my other points, sorry about that. Yes, the cool part is that with these really nicely champion class units, I've always believed that since they were first, released and announced, that I believed Blocky set this up perfectly to be an evolution setup for certain characters, of course, because of course how they were in the movie. And in B's case, I believe that's also the same case between his Galaxy version's Cogless version to his Champions class Cogged version, as you can see here, with the Galaxy version right there. I mean, I feel it's the perfect setup from their cogless to cogged versions. I really do. And I hope we do see more characters like this for their setups, because I know there are tons of fans who want to see more Autobot characters in the line, and there are a fair number of other characters I just would love to see join the cast as well. But yes, other than that, my friends, now for some quick size comparisons, let's go with, of course, his best buddy in the world, Optimus Prime. As you can see, B and Optimus pretty line up together like always. I mean, when don't they? Am I right? And of course, with their battle mask versions, it looks awesome together. As for height wise, B's not that much shorter than you would expect, obviously. And it's like I said, it's just really nice to have these two together, of course. Now, what about recolors? Are there character variants we could see with B here? Honestly, I wouldn't mind if we got some, like, as I've stated with a few of my other videos. Yes, I would love to see a possible shattered glass B-127, because I would assume that would pretty much be his bug bite recolor deal, kind of deal. Or heck, just bug bite in general would be another option they could go with. I don't know, that's just a couple ideas, friends. I mean, if you have a few other B-127 characters you could think of, please share them below. But if not, however. So lastly, yes, would I recommend this model to you, my friends? Yes, I could definitely recommend it. I've had no issues with B here, and he looks great with the lineup, as I've already mentioned. And of course, I cannot wait to see what comes later on after the current stuff we have. So yes, I could easily recommend it with no problem. I mean, you gotta have BADASSATRON in your collection, am I right? All right. So that is it for today, my friends. I thank you always for coming. I do hope you're enjoying your hobby. And I could definitely say, uh, if you love BADASSATRON, shout it out below in the comments. I'll see you all later, my friends.